Hello and welcome to the very one and only fantastic
7% Solution Podcast. Hi, everybody. This is Josh.
This is Eric.
And this is Sean.
And welcome to this. The next installment. You like that, huh? The next installment of 7% Solutions foray into the Basil Rathbone, Nigel Bruce movies. This time, we are watching Terror by Night from 1946. Actually, there is some conjecture about whether this came out in late 1945 or early 1946. It really doesn't matter for our purposes, but this movie, just to bring this up, and I'll bring you guys in a second to talk through this, but this movie is also like Woman in Green and Secret Weapon. This one actually is free for anybody to watch and to produce in your own YouTube channel if you want. This is a free movie for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a public domain. One of the four.
That is the words I was searching for.
Yeah, along with It's a Wonderful Life and Night of the Living Dead.
Which is kind of sad in a way because, all these actors and producers should be paid for us to do this right now, but they're not going to be paid. Sorry, guys.
Well, a lot of them are dead, Josh.
Well, I mean, as we've learned very, very recently in the Doctor Who world, it doesn't matter if you're dead.
Oh,
if your
that's
child,
right.
if your child is around there, they can be upset about you presenting this to everybody.
Oh dear, let's not get into this.
Yeah, we could go on and on about that.
What's really funny is we never even discussed this, even though we've been talking for a long time. We never even discussed this factor, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, you guys have anything to say before we get started and start this movie commentary?
I hope this is the greatest film yet in the series.
It's one of my favorites. I'll just say that. Anyway, so without any more ado, we'll get started. So I trust you have your legally purchased DVDs, Blu-rays, videotapes.
I'm going to be testing out my 8mm projector that I have not used since middle school.
Okay, good.
This one has a locked room mystery. Is the mystery about whether or not the door to the room is locked? That's my Philomena Conk. Thank you, everybody. She kind of came and went, didn't she? Anyway, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, she kind of did, but, she's entertaining. We might see her again. Who knows? Anyway, so I guess we'll get started. So let's start the movie in 3, 2, 1, and play. All right. So I want to tell you guys that the first time I ever watched this movie, an entire chunk of this movie was excised from the movie. And I think it was over like 45 minutes on an independent station. And so
That's a lot.
That was my yes. This is one of the shorter Sherlock Holmes movies. Basil Rathbone, Nigel Bruce's, but this even made it even shorter. So don't get it.
But that's interesting because I don't think there's any fluff in this episode. This episode has no padding whatsoever. Every scene counts, every word counts, and I just want to say also, I just want to say also that wait, I did not realize that this is based on a story by Conan Doyle.
No, not really.
I know that usually they aren't really, but this seems more like Agatha Christie than Conan Doyle.
Oh, it totally is. I mean, it's like everything on a train. I mean, it's they actually took it from Mummy of the Orient Express, Peter Capaldi's story. The Star of Rhodesia.
Again, no one knows what you're talking about.
No, I'm pretty sure there's lots of people listening to this that know what he's talking about. And
if you don't, you know what? There's Google out there, so go Google what I just said.
I hate that on social media when somebody asks a question they could Google.
Is it just me though? The opening song. I mean, it's the same tune, but it sounds different. Like it sounds like a different version than the one we've been hearing throughout practically all these films.
I like. There's a song. There's music that responds to anything that moves. So if it's like the ship in Pursuit to Algiers, or it's like Union Station. Oh, there's Captain Simpson.
I always want to have a business that didn't just focus on carpentry, but also included coffin making.
Hey, listen, you know what? In the old days, coffin making, you always knew you were going to put somebody in the ground.
Now, who is this delight who is on screen?
This delight was not in any other Sherlock Holmes, and I can't literally find her anywhere else.
Oh no, she has a large filmography.
Does she?
Yes, she does. I think she started in at least like 38 films
Delight.
in her career.
Get that out.
I like the son here. The son is like his dick has been hard for the first
He
time.
looks like Wally Cleaver. Cleaver.
I love her outfit, and that
Ooh, you can't stop looking at her. Go on, get about your business.
get back in there.
It's Muckin's son.
What's the big idea?
Okay, so this is the music I was talking about. Same music as you heard in Pursuit to Algiers. Same music any single time you have like multi-people transit.
Oh, look at that matte background.
Oh, here's a chef.
They always have that.
But he's wearing his chef's hat. Like
I've seen that before. Like maybe it's like Murder on the Orient Express or something, where there's a chef on a train.
I think this is before Murder on the Orient Express.
It would be before the movie, but after the book.
All right, so you automatically know this guy's gonna die, right?
I'm not.
He's a handsome fellow.
Well, he has his moments.
He looks like Benedict Cumberbatch in the movie Atonement.
Yeah, he kind of doesn't.
Okay, I got to put a pin in it.
Yes, he
that Eric says this man is handsome, so I can't take his word on.
Google it. Benedict Cumberbatch in Atonement, where he plays the creepy pedophile.
Oh yeah, no, I know, I've seen that.
All right, so this guy looks like a creepy pedophile, is what you're saying.
Well, I was talking about Benedict, but they do. Yeah, they look similar vibes.
Although Benedict Cumberbatch does look like a creepy pedophile, I will agree with that.
I used to love Benedict Cumberbatch, and now I'm like, ugh, it's him again. Tired of him.
Oh, we love his mother.
Vonda Vetham, one of my favorite Doctor Who stories, Image of the Fendal. Yes, and also she was in Time of the Rani. Who cares about that?
Oh my gosh, yes, I could see it.
She was in Time of the Rani.
Oh,
I can't see that, but I can see the other one.
She was actually blonde in Image of the Fendal, but they told her to. Even though we're not watching Image of the Fendal right now, you guys.
Again, nobody knows what that is.
But isn't Benedict Cumberbatch a natural blonde, and that's a dye?
I don't think so.
Somebody told me that a long time ago.
By the way, this guy here on the left or right, whatever,
The old guy,
whichever side, the older guy, he seems to be everywhere.
It looks like Watson's cousin.
And there's of course Lestrade.
Glad he's back. I don't know who that weirdo was last time.
Oh, Inspector Gregson.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Fishing.
He almost looks like he has that little feather like the Flash or Captain America has on his helmet.
Yeah, but I mean, very popular hat at the time. Of course.
and the conductor guy, he's not doing his job. He's eavesdropping. He's not paying attention.
Oh, we're back to this guy. Okay, so this is Jeffrey Musgrave again. He's in the last one too that we're gonna watch later down the road. Dressed to Kill. He's very popular with the cast. Cast used to get together for breakfast and brunch and stuff like that. It's kind of like a little community of people who were born in Britain who are working in Hollywood.
I kind of would have hoped that maybe they would film half the movie and then do like the match game in Hollywood Squares and go out and get hammered and then come and do the other half of the movie.
Get ready to match the stars.
What?
I've never seen a buffet in a train station or train terminal.
It is weird though. Although I will say that they should have missed the train here. They clearly should have missed the train.
Oh, if I didn't know that, I'd be like, you know what? I fucking hope you missed the train, you late asshole.
Actually, it would have been great had they missed the train. Then we had to deal with them.
What is it? Airplane where he's running after?
Oh yeah, something in the.
Oh no, it was Young Frankenstein. It's Gene Wilder and Madeline Kahn. And he's on the train, and she's running after it, and then she just slams into a post.
Yeah.
No, it's good Watson made it because he's going to be essential to this caper.
But you know what? It's really interesting that Watson, in many cases, actually knows the criminal and either either doesn't recognize them from school, which apparently this guy was supposedly a school guy, and it happened also in Voice of Terror. Like two guys from his school, or two guys that he worked with in wherever, he like just didn't recognize them. Idiot.
I absolutely adore this train. I'm sure
Really?
there's probably 2 trains on the planet that look like this.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, do they have this in America? I've traveled by Amtrak in America, but they don't have these little
Compartments.
compartments where you can sit either on your own or with at least 3 other people.
It is really cool,
I
actually.
have no idea what it's like on American trains, but
And you know what? This is actually like the overflow went into this particular carriage.
when I used to ride trains in England, though, I rode many of these.
You know what the lap of luxury is those Indian trains.
Oh,
Let me
hey,
tell you.
watch Darjeeling Limited. That's a good time.
Sir, Slumdog Millionaire.
Okay, Slumdog. But no, the train is cooler in Darjeeling.
You know why I yeah, I am
It's a very
I'm tired of your mirth for Wes Anderson films. Well, you know, Wes Anderson should do a Sherlock Holmes. He could direct this. I'm trying to pull it back in.
By the way, guys, check out what Sherlock Holmes does here. It's so freaking obvious that he's changing it out. Look at this. Watch this. Just watch his hands. It's the most unbelievable thing you've ever seen. Just give it a second. You're gonna see that he actually literally switches this thing out.
I did not see it the first time, but this
Yeah,
reminds
just watch it. Just watch
Oh,
this.
he's reaching into his. Oh
look,
my
he's putting-
god!
He's getting out of his coat.
Okay,
Okay, it's so obvious.
I no, it's not.
I
didn't
not
see it.
notice it.
No, I didn't notice it either. I feel so stupid.
Dude, don't feel stupid. I've watched this 5 million times.
Well, you know, people, it's like, oh, you got to have a lot of balls to do that. But you know what? Do a little game. You put some sugar in a vial and pretend you have to poison someone at a party, like in a murder mystery. Only I think about shit like this. You can do
You
it.
totally could do it.
You can do it so easily. Yeah, people just aren't fucking paying attention to everything around them at a party.
No. That was. I mean, I'm not gonna say I pointed that out on the first watching, but I definitely found that very quickly. Oh, Arthur Pettibone.
You know what the difference is between that and my example with the poison is you know, somebody's letting them hold a very, very expensive piece of jewelry. You'd think they'd pay more attention. I'll be a little bit more alert, but I don't know.
Absolutely.
But still, it's not like it's really hidden all that well. It's so clear as day.
Yeah.
They didn't. You know what? For the movie purposes, they didn't even have to do that.
Yeah, they didn't.
They didn't even have to.
I know many movies that haven't. Yeah.
Yeah, I just assumed it happened off screen.
I'm actually thinking of Clue.
I wonder who actually wrote this. I would advise you to stop, Mr. Holmes. I'm thinking it was Duncan Bleak himself and not this chick that wrote that.
Well, yeah, why would the chick do that anyway?
I don't know, but they're talking about curry right now, you guys.
I know, this has been a very Indian-centric night we've been having.
Oh, yes, curry. Horrible stuff.
I have curry at least once a week.
Oh, do you really?
I love curry. I'm a big fan. I'm going to have it tomorrow.
Place across the street from where I work. Plus the restaurant's haunted.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
What is she wearing? A mink stole?
Yeah, that's literally a mink stole.
I think that you can actually see the head.
Mm-hmm. Mink stole. Later to star in many John Waters films.
This is really good, though. I like the freaking train as part of this whole thing. I like how they kind of cut to it once in a while.
It's obviously a model train, but it still looks kind of cool because I'm a softie for stuff like that, you know? And dead.
He's dead, Jim.
Is that the teapot?
No, not yet. But like Lestrade's having his meal in his room. He didn't even say, "Hey, Sherlock, you want to have dinner together?" Didn't even bother.
You know, Amtrak, they serve you dinner You go and sit with 3 other people, and they actually have really decent food.
Do they?
Yeah,
Amtrak has decent food?
yeah. I mean, they have like a little snack bar that doesn't have decent food.
Yeah, I remember the snack bar. I've been on Amtrak before. I remember the snack bar. I'd get like a hot dog and stuff like that.
I
But
remember getting White Castle hamburgers at the.
They had White Castle hamburgers on the train.
Yeah, the ones that you buy in the store,
Oh,
frozen.
yeah.
okay.
That's always fun. Get really stoned and eat like a whole box of those. Let me tell
It's
you.
really cool about that.
But guys, you know what the best part of this is that you actually have to pay the bill on the. I mean, I would assume that this would all be included. Of course, it's not.
Yeah,
And that couple is like sitting together as if
as if they're on a second
they're
table.
with another couple.
A lot of these women are wearing very out of fashion styles for 1946.
He's like, it's locked. It's like, so you just stood around, you freaking idiot. And he just says, "This is Inspector Lestrade from Scotland Yard." Okay, all right, fine, I'll open it.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
Didn't even show anything. I could have said I was the freaking king of whatever.
What do you call those style of coats that have like the belt built in?
Built-in what?
Like Lestrade's coat. Like they're pretty popular at the time. I just don't know what you call
What's
it.
built in?
The belt.
Oh, the belt. Oh,
It's like a tweedy coat, but with a belt thing on it.
yeah. I haven't seen. I don't think they make those anymore.
No. But when I watch classic films, I notice them a lot.
Hey, you know what? Eric?
What's that?
This week we'll be able to dress like that without sweating our balls off.
Oh, I know.
I'm gonna dress up like.
Where to hit you, Josh, in your part of the world?
Right now in my neck of the woods, surprisingly for late October, it's like in the 60s up there.
Right. It's gonna hit us on Monday.
You did a little Al Roker there.
Well, we're supposed to we're supposed to go really cold for Halloween. Not dating this podcast at all.
Yeah, eventually it's gonna hit me and Sean, who are podcasting out of Acapulco right now as we speak.
Yeah, there you go. With the storm, with the Category 5 storm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Couldn't you tell? We're here in Acapulco, Josh.
Very good shot. Oh! She just comes in and says, "What does this mean?" Is that the first thing that will come out of your mouth?
No,
why are you cosplaying like a middle-aged woman from the 1930s?
because she's old.
My son employed you, even though he's dead. Where is he? Oh, he's dead. He's right over there.
Maybe she's a UK judge or something.
No, the lady that plays her, I thought it was somebody else. I thought it was the lady that plays Mrs. Danvers and Rebecca, but it is not her.
She doesn't look that upset, actually.
No, she
Now that I think about it.
totally thought she was faking.
She was in You Can't Take It With You, and when she was in Alfred Hitchcock's Suspicion, which we will be doing for the Best Picture podcast.
Oh, we're doing this. I don't know why. Yeah, okay. I was thinking of Saboteur for some reason.
Oh, I always get it mixed up with Notorious.
Yeah, that too.
All right, we're gonna leave the dead body right in that compartment. Not that I'd throw it over the side, but I'm not sure it belongs there. Probably belongs in the luggage van in the back, but I'm not gonna argue this.
It's crazy how this particular film of the series, like most of it, not the train terminal, but just about everything else in the movie, this could have been shot on like the original studios of 1960s Doctor Who, because it's such a tiny
Pine
not I can't know what it's called.
No, it wasn't. The original Doctor Who wasn't filmed like where James Bond was filmed.
No, certainly.
What? I thought it was. I thought part of it was.
No.
No, it was filmed at like Lime Grove or something.
Yeah, that sounds better.
What's the name? Is it Pine?
Pinewood.
Pinewood.
Okay.
Pinewood was where most of the James Bonds were filmed.
Not just James Bond, but like Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, a lot of different films. Yeah, for sure.
But I'm really enjoying. I like the set decoration here. And do you know how much money I would pay to have a trip on a train like this?
Oh my god, it'd be so awesome.
Like LA to New York. I don't care how. But I'd have to have access to a shower, because I have taken 48 hours on Amtrak.
Oh God.
And I was just like in third class, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, I would have paid for the upgrade. Just fuck it. Just
Yeah.
pay it
They
for it.
definitely still have fancy train tours like this in England currently because I somehow fell into a train spotting YouTube account and saw this recently.
Hmm. All right, so the murder happens very quickly, you guys. Really quick.
I wasn't even sure there was going to be a murder.
Yeah, this is kind of like Murder She Wrote, and where the murder happens exactly halfway through the episode.
Oh, I didn't know that was a regular thing in that show. I was wondering about that
Usually, yeah.
when we podcasted recently. I wasn't sure.
I mean, Watson wasn't able to spot the. I mean, he said about the mark, but he didn't spot it. Like it's almost like Sherlock Holmes spotted it in seconds. He only looked at the body for like a minute. Major Duncan Bleak. That would be your friend, Doctor. In other words, we don't have to talk to him. And this is where it gets kind of, like, let's expand this a little bit and give the little humor for Watson.
That's what you need to do, Sean, is actually host a murder mystery on a real train.
I'm not doing that.
Because somebody would be really dead.
Well, no, it's cost prohibitive. I don't think it exists here in Texas. And when I did work for a company that did them in Chicago, it was a fucking disaster.
Okay. I guess you could find one of the old Wendy's that used to have the caboose car attached to it.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Sorry.
Wait, what is that from? I heard. I listened to a podcast.
It's a meme. It's a meme.
It's a meme. Okay,
Yeah, it's a meme.
Just somebody goes, "Sir, this
It's
is
like
Wendy's."
it's like when somebody gives like this long speech about whatever, and you're just like, yeah, well, sorry, sir, this is a Wendy's.
Because I saw it, and I actually at work was speaking with somebody who was angry at me on the phone, and he blah 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 blah, and I can't believe it, but I actually said it, "Sir, this is a Wendy's." This guy just kept on going. Didn't even care what I used it. And like after I'm like, oh my god, he must think I'm an idiot.
No, actually, it's a great line. It's a great line.
Sure, this is a Wendy's. I don't know what you're talking about.
Guys, by the way, I say, what am I indebted for this intrusion? A lot. I don't know why, but I say those words.
I'm sorry, I have to mention this inane video I saw recently on the topic of Wendy's, which was this guy bought a little Frosty keychain, like $5 or something. You get free Frosties for a year. And he goes through the drive-thru and he presents his little keychain, and the people working drive-thru are lying to him, telling him the machine is broken. But he's like, but I just saw you give like a dine-in customer a Frosty, and they're like, okay, fine. And they give him a cup, like a small size soda cup, but they only fill up like the bottom 2 centimeters of it.
This sounds like something Dave Letterman would do.
Here's your Frosty, a-hole.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, our machine broke down right when I was doing it.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever see those Dave Letterman things where he goes and like quote unquote works in a fast food restaurant at the drive-thru?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we're all out of quarter pounders.
We only have 8 pounders.
By the way, he said Holmes is always chasing mysterious jewels and mysterious females. That is such an inner meme to the whole thing.
Yep.
By the way, I feel that our conversation isn't doing justice to the program, but really, I mean, they have one set for the really good set for this entire movie. It's set on a train.
It's real cheap. It's real cheap.
Yeah, so we don't have a lot of, and I'm not complaining about this because a good cheap set. I mean, think of all the movies out there that you feel like you've seen and you could shoot in your own house. Like, for instance, Misery.
Or Sean, Ark in Space and Revenge of the Cybermen.
Yeah, okay, that's a really good example because it's period as well. Yeah,
there you go.
Or Lawrence of Arabia.
I didn't always look that good, but
Monster of Peladon and Curse of Peladon. Sorry, I'm gonna just keep going.
You start throwing out like the Web Planet, I'm out of here.
The wet plant, that took a lot of Vaseline.
I know, and they were doing their best. It was creative. I'm sorry, it's boring and it looks like shit.
That's the current decor in my bedroom right now as we speak.
Is the wet planet?
Yes.
Yeah. The wet planet decor.
Just don't bring your black light around here.
Mine looks like Tom and the Ronnie. So
Mine looks like a Pollock painting.
oh, he's arguing with this guy. Like I'm John Watson.
Speaking of the small scale of the
Mine looks like the girl who waited.
I think I said this last time, but this one also felt like it could have been a radio drama that for some reason.
Oh, it totally could have been. Or you could have put this on a ship.
Yes.
Maybe you could put like Pursuit to Algiers on a train. You put this one on a ship.
Yes.
This does. This is gonna sound so stupid, but this suffers from all these old white men look alike to me. I'm being completely serious. We've got like 3 ladies in this story, but all these old men look alike. Okay, there's Holmes and Watson. Yeah, and they do that in mysteries sometimes.
Oh, he's sticking with Albert Shawcross now, which is Alfred Pettibone or
Oh,
there he is. He's in another Sherlock Holmes, this guy.
Looking uncomfortable.
This is his last one, you guys. It's like sad.
whose last one?
Alfred Pettibone there.
Oh.
Gerald Hamer.
Well, this is the penultimate one.
Yeah.
I just want to use the word
Sure
penultimate.
is. You have it in there? That's where I would keep it. Alfred, I told you.
How do you all feel about what Watson is doing at this moment? In this,
It's really dumb. It's only done
Yeah,
it's done for humor, and it's kind of to get out of Holmes's way.
But
That's why he did it.
And
it's like watching the Three Stooges, though. It's like the most obvious gag.
I got to watch more Three Stooges. But anyway,
Wouldn't it be great if like they ended the movie here? That it was actually the Shawcrosses, and they actually end. Oh, you guys have it. Okay, it's over. That's great.
Out of money.
I just caught the thieves. No, you didn't.
God, look at that tie. I love that tie. And these people really aren't they hot? I mean, they've been sitting there upright like they're playing statues.
Yeah, I mean, people wore too many clothes back in the day.
No, it's true.
They're in England.
I mean, they're wearing like, suits and hats and.
I don't think that's an English thing.
No. But you're right about that. But I'm saying it would be comfortable in England to be dressed like this, as opposed to like.
I mean, that's crazy. I can't even imagine.
Oh,
I'm a small collector of teapots.
It's a thing.
Oh, absolutely, it's a thing.
Tom Hanks collects typewriters.
But you know what? The funniest part of this is not the fact that he recovered the teapot as much as like he's about to inform the police about these 2 people who stole the teapot from some hotel in London. Like, are these guys going to get in trouble? I think we should have a follow-on movie on what happens to these 2 people now that they took the.
I'm just glad there's no hotel soap police.
You know what else this reminds me of? Have you guys ever seen Hitchcock's old movie, like back when he was making movies in England? The Lady Vanishes.
I own it, but I have not watched it.
Negatory.
Oh, sir! I'm especially disappointed in Eric. That's a very good movie.
Well, you should not be disappointed in me because I haven't seen anything.
Oh yeah, I know. It's like Steve. It's like I don't know.
Dr. Watson, teapots.
Mutton chops there. Like when I was in the school play, this is the kind of character I would play with the glasses.
I believe it, Sean. I totally believe it.
Well, my stage credits include Hamlet and the.
Jesus Christ!
No, it's true. I played Hamlet and I played the Merchant of Venice.
Eric.
When Eric starts with the words "my stage credits include," I was ready. I was just ready.
What?
Obviously, they cast me based on my pigment.
Yeah, my stage credits include.
It wasn't Othello, was it?
No. How dare
Okay.
Peter Pan, In Living Color, Med TV.
No, dude, I was a zebra prime minister in my.
In the Heil, honey, I'm home.
I was a zebra prime minister in my kindergarten play. My mother.
Oh, really? A zebra prime minister.
Yeah, my mother still thinks that that was a Halloween costume. I keep telling her it's not. It was for a play, and she's like, "Well, I remember it as a Halloween costume."
I had the same problem. I was the laughing dog when we did the, in the, I don't know, some fucking nursery rhyme. I was a laughing dog. And then my parents made me wear that for Halloween for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, so I didn't wear anything for Halloween because I never wore much for Halloween, but I was able to wear a pair of pajamas that was white and black stripes. So there you go.
Were you that guy from Star Trek with the?
No. Just a zebra. Yeah. Well, they didn't have face painted me. I wouldn't have
Oh,
allowed
that's
any.
right.
At age 4, I would not have allowed that. Actually, at age 53, I wouldn't have allowed that either.
You guys remember your very first Halloween costumes?
Yes.
Yeah, guys, I never trick or treated in my life. Just so you know.
Really?
Never, ever trick or
Do
treat.
you know what ignorant people would say when you told them that?
It's because I'm what?
Jewish.
Yep, I knew you were going there.
Is it
No, it
'cause
has nothing to do
Jewish
with that. My
people
brothers
don't-
did. I just never had any interest in it.
Ironically,
Really?
would celebrate Christmas on Halloween.
What?
She doesn't look too upset about her son lying dead right over there. I must talk to you about the diamond.
She definitely doesn't care about her son. But Sean, what were you on your first Halloween?
I posted a meme today on Facebook that had a bunch of little kids in those Ben Cooper costumes
Right.
that you could buy at the grocery store with the plastic mask.
I remember them well.
Do you remember, Josh?
Do I remember?
The Ben Cooper costumes, your mom would buy it at like the grocery store,
Oh yeah.
and it's plastic. I did. Oh, so fucking gay. I was C3PO one time.
So you were fully in gold.
It was the CP3, and it's stupid because then the costume itself that you put the plastic smock that you put on your body, it's like gold, and it says C3PO on it, like in great. Like that's not what C3PO looks like anyway.
Yeah, nobody cares, but I was Casper the Friendly Ghost. Also, one of those type of costumes you're talking about, Sean.
I wonder how much they cost. I bet you they were like $3.
Yeah,
Well, $3 back then is like $18 now. So
yeah,
But
that's like, yeah.
there was a meme that I found with some kids dressed like that. I can't remember what it said.
Yeah, I remember that He-Man
Back in Halloween, we couldn't see anything or breathe, and they let us out and go door to door. And it's true.
yeah, we also got like razor blades and apples and stuff like that. Those are the good old days.
Which never happened.
Yeah. Anyway, the movie.
Oh yeah, the movie. Well, we're gonna watch a movie. Let's everybody and me.
You're quite a
Whoa!
doer, sir.
Nose on that guy.
Yeah. I think that was anti-Semitic right there. That's what I think. All right, this guy's sleeping because that's what you do. Oh wait, he's falling asleep. Sorry, he's
Apparently,
not asleep yet.
It is the middle of the night, and the I don't know, what do you call him? Is it Porter or is it
Porter? Yeah, that would be it. Professor William Kilbane.
Tickets, please. So, what do they do if you don't have a ticket on a train? I always wondered that when I used to ride the train.
Well, they literally throw you off without stopping the train, Eric.
Yeah, it's like an Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
It's basically, if you don't have your ticket, you're just basically going to be thrown off, and it's okay. It's actually, there's a law. It's part of the Constitution. I don't know if you guys know that. Where if you don't have your ticket or your ticket isn't paid, you can actually be thrown off a moving train.
I always wondered because,
as a matter of fact, you could be ticketed for jaywalking, getting thrown out of a moving train. So keep that in mind as well.
No, because I used to ride public transit in the tri-state area, and I would have anxiety about, do I have my ticket? Because what's going to happen?
Oh yeah, I know this.
What are they going to do?
So what they do is at the next stop, they take you off at the next stop. That's all. I mean, they don't shoot you. They don't throw you off the train. They just go off at the next stop.
I thought maybe I get on a pedo list or something.
You might get on a pedo list. That's possible. It's been a while.
My first boyfriend is on a pedo list.
Come on, Sean. Seriously?
That's a true motherfucking fact.
Was he like 30 years older than you?
Yeah, Sean was 14 at the time.
No.
He was 44.
He didn't get on the pedo list until a few years after I met him.
So he found other young men to hang out with.
No, he was my age. I think he was actually even younger than me, like maybe 2 or 3 years younger. And we didn't really break up. We just sort of stopped talking to each other on AOL. And
On
then
AOL. Oh God.
Sean's still waiting for the.
We stopped talking. We stopped talking on the phone. We stopped talking. We stopped sending snail mail letters to each other.
we really did. No, not snail mail, please. But yeah, there was no. It was like AOL had DMs for the kids out there. Used to have to pay $3 an hour for internet.
And it used to take up your phone line too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
mom couldn't
Yeah.
call her friends.
Right,
my
exactly.
modem, it would literally take 45 minutes for like a page of Urban Dictionary, which existed back then, to load up.
It really
45 minutes.
That was my modem speed on my first computer.
What, you had a 24,000 BPS?
Yeah, something like that. Or
Yeah. 24.4. They were 24.4s.
That's how long.
56.7
they called it like
was
BOD, right?
right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it would take 45 minutes. Like I would search something on Urban Dictionary and wait 45 minutes for the result to fully load.
Dude, I get like almost a gig now. That's just scary. In comparison.
For some
That's
reason,
just-
Caleb remembers from when I told him the very first thing I ever searched on a search engine on the internet, because he brought it up in a recent podcast. Spice Girls was the first
Really?
term I ever searched on a
Jeez,
web.
mine was, guys, you could guess what mine was.
Neil Diamond.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, it was Doctor Who. And I
Yep.
found the Nitro 9 website.
You know, that's one of the first things I looked for in AOL was Doctor Who groups and James Bond groups, and you would just go into it would just be like a Doctor Who chat room.
Did you go
for-
like alt, whatever it was, alt?
Yeah, it was
group
a
Doctor Who.
gay male Doctor Who fans in Chicago.
Oh my God.
You and like 5 other people would be in there, and it would be like 7 o'clock at night. Oh, I got to go meet my gay Doctor Who friends from Chicago because that's when we're going to go in the chat. And then we would meet up at bars, and we would have our name tags would be our online names. So it would be like, oh my gosh, you're Professor Plum 247, because that was my my screen name, I think.
Guys, we're missing the most
I'm
exciting
so
part,
sorry.
exciting part of this episode or story. And this is the part that I missed when I watched this on TV, is that they cut this entire thing out.
When he gets pushed out the window, they cut off.
Yeah, when they get pushed out the window.
It's very Silver Streak.
Yeah, interesting. My first chat room handle was almost like Sean's. Mine was literally Pinoy Playboy 69.
Oh God.
That's a true story, though. I'm not.
Mine was Zimozone. Zimozone.
For 1 second, I never mind.
Okay, so Holmes is on the train on the outside right now.
I actually thought this was a really good shot right here. I mean, rear projection, whatever.
Yeah, look in the window. You can see stuff moving by. That's really cool that they did that.
There's grip boys running quickly by with posts in their arms.
And it looked like that thing was moving because like the glass moved like it was moving. That's impressive.
There must have been a fan.
I didn't notice that before. I mean, I noticed this before, but I didn't. It never occurred to me how technically cool that is. That is, you're right.
Oh, we all know what a train going down a tunnel means in old movies.
It means James Bond's on the top of the train and he has to go really, really low when they go into the tunnel.
Oh, I thought you were.
Cary Grant would disagree. Never mind.
Oh, he just had a rough day. I asked you where you've been.
So the tie that Holmes is wearing, I don't know if this is the technical name for it, but my mom tells me it's called a rooster tie.
Oh, like a really small tie.
Yeah, and the way that it's cut off at the bottom instead of tipped,
Yeah.
I had one when I was a kid, and I didn't like it.
Didn't everybody? So that was actually a good set of dialogue right there that we missed, which was I've been observing the landscape from the side of the train or something like that. And he says, I didn't see you down there. It's like, well, I've been observing it from the outside. It was such a great line.
Yeah, I noticed it the first time.
Oh, I'll take responsibility. Nobody has to show any ID on this train. Ever. No IDs need to be shown.
Oh my god, there's a sarcophagus in there.
There totally is. It's like, it's Sutek is in there.
Oh dear.
Guys, that's from the beginning of the episode
This is a very
of the
indie
movie.
Doctor Who kind of night.
Can we open, he just said, can we open the coffin? He's like, no. Okay, we'll open it anyway. I'll take responsibility.
Yeah, well, these, I don't know what they are.
So this belongs to the pretty lady, right? And
Yes.
This is supposedly her mother. Shallow.
Okay, so what?
So this is the point where there is a piece of Arthur Conan Doyle material, which is the coffin with the false bottom. In, I think it was Lady Frances Carfax, which comes from the casebook, where there was a coffin and the living woman was on top of the dead woman in the coffin.
Huh.
So that's what coordinates with the Arthur Conan Doyle piece. Oh, and this is another, like, this thing is filled with red herrings.
Yes.
Of course, every good mystery is.
I know, but this is like, I mean, like, I don't want to say. Let's just say it is more red herrings than actual clues. Did you guys figure out who it was? Pretty close, pretty quickly.
No, not really.
No.
I mean, who'd you think it was?
I thought it was the older lady, Lady
Margaret.
Margaret. Yeah, Lady Margaret.
You the mother?
You thought Lady Margaret was like dressed up as a woman?
I mean, I thought it was her at first, and then they made her look suspicious, and I didn't think it was her. And
Is that the mother, or is that a different person, Lady Margaret?
that's the mother.
Okay, yeah, I definitely thought she was in on it.
Oh, okay, you thought she was in on it. Okay.
I think she did it herself, but I thought maybe she.
But when you look at stuff like this, especially something this old, you have to think who's the least obvious suspect.
Right, and the fact of the matter is that we've already examined three of the people on the train.
Yeah.
You know, we have Vivian Vetter, the cute chick, and you've got the couple that stole the teapot, and you've got Kilbane. Well, obviously you're not supposed to like Kilbane, you don't. But they've already been like kind of investigated. So now they're opening up the possibility that the conductor is Moran because he likes to do mathematics because everybody does.
Yeah, this is, by the way, that's Bill Nighy's father.
Oh, that's who it's reminding me of.
Yeah, he does look like Bill
Yeah,
Nighy.
I was kind of thinking of the Lurch actor from the '60s, but
I was thinking actually Bill Nye the Science Guy, quite frankly.
oh wait, that's what I thought Sean said when he said that.
But what they do in a little bit is when they near the end, maybe I should just save it for that. I don't know.
So, back to Renee Godfrey, Vivian Vetter in the movie. Now
Stunning.
her acting doesn't seem like the greatest, at least in this particular film. But just visually looking at her, and especially with the sound off,
Which is the way anybody would look at her as visually. Yes, go on.
She looks like she's too classy to star in this. Like she looks like she's someone who should be like in Oscar-nominated films or big blockbuster films.
Just because she looks cute, she's hot.
It's not just that, but she looks Hollywood. I mean, she doesn't look like a quote unquote working actor.
Yeah, I agree. I totally can see that what you're talking about.
Whereas Alan Marbury, who plays Duncan Bleak, actually, by the way, played Watson in the stage version of Sherlock Holmes for a while. He played Watson, which actually kind of fits, doesn't it? When you look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who also Renee Godfrey, who she resembles in modern times, her face is a little like Anna de Armas, if you're familiar with her.
How could I not be familiar with her, Eric? That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
It must be somebody from Girls.
No. Sorry, Sean. This is straight white male talking.
She was in the newest James Bond film.
She was in a James Bond film. She's Just
Okay, let me go have a Cosmopolitan. Let me know when you boys are finished.
Oh, but
she's stunning. She's absolutely
no, she played
stunning.
Marilyn Monroe really, really good, really, really well in that Netflix movie Blonde. Like she really pulls it off. I mean, considering she has
Oh.
a heavy Latina accent, she pulled off the Marilyn Monroe.
And also, she's not a blonde, so
But she's very believable in that role in Blonde.
I would believe anything that she says
No, but I
or
love watching
does
videos
anything.
of
She
Anna de
could say
Armas
anything.
and Ben Affleck because they were a thing for a while. Them speaking to each other in Spanish, I could watch that all day.
She and Ben Affleck together? Really?
They were together for a while,
Oh
and,
my god!
and yeah, and if
Oh, Josh, relax.
you have to Google Ben Affleck speaking Spanish because he is very good at it.
I'm gonna not do that, but thanks. I will keep that in mind.
No, there's an interview of him being like interviewed like on a Mexican talk show.
Speaking Spanish.
Yes,
Okay.
and Ben Affleck
I like them
sounds
apples.
like he could be playing Pancho Villa. Like, he has this
Oh,
like
really? Really? He goes like Mexican, like
yeah, he has a deep.
war. Does he go like War Games Part 5, Part 6?
Exactly like that.
Eric wouldn't know that one.
We did it on the High Council together. How dare you?
Uh,
War Games?
yeah, whatever happened? You know what?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I must have slept through that one, Eric, because
Enemy of the world. I'm sorry. Enemy of the world.
number one. Anytime someone says Ben Affleck or Ben Stiller, I actually get them both mixed up.
Jeez.
Sometimes, even though they look remarkably different, but it's like the hair or something. I don't know what it is.
it's the name Ben, clearly.
I can't remember the second thing I was going to say about it, Ben Affleck.
Okay, so in the TV version that I saw that missed all this stuff, this is where it starts. It's so weird how it like misses like 25 minutes of the movie.
So the conductor guy, or I don't know if he's whatever his title is, that they're about to find his body. You don't even get to meet the conductor. You don't even get to meet him. So
You do. You meet him, but you don't know him very well.
I thought that everything from when there's the fist fight until they walk into this room right here was cut out. And also, how do you remember that?
I don't know.
Josh remembers a missing reel from a film he watched on television 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah, clearly it was a missing reel. But yeah, I don't know why. No, I don't know why. Yeah, you don't meet this guy. You're totally right, Sean. You don't meet him.
No.
So the way that he was killed is kind of curious. It's a poison dart. That doesn't seem like it would be something within this killer's MO. It just seems a little bit exotic, if you know what I mean.
Well, it's exotic only because they use it on Carstairs and they couldn't even find the little dart because it already had melted into the wound.
I'm sorry.
So it's like the old ice pick thing.
That's right.
Always, if you're gonna do a killing, do it with an ice pick. Just saying.
Or that old riddle, an icicle, the murder weapon.
An icicle. That's what I actually meant. Yeah. You're right. Okay, this guy. I love this guy. This is Skelton Nags. He was in the what was the one in Canada? Scarlet Claw. He was in Scarlet Claw, and you wouldn't recognize him from here and there because he looks wildly different because he doesn't have a beard here, but he says things that
I think I remember now.
His ability to use the English language is at a premium because he basically says, and I want you guys to listen for this. He says, "I fixed him temporarily." He feels himself a lot too. He feels himself.
Yeah, like here. Yeah, he's also really fugly. Like if he was if he was an actor, as he is, he can't do anything but play thugs. I mean, geez.
Yeah, he's got a face for radio, no doubt.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Come away from that door.
Oh, he kind of looks like what's his name from Torchwood.
Oh yeah, what's his face? Yeah, he does look like him.
Who?
He didn't see me. I fixed him temporarily. He says temporarily. You guys have to watch that. Owen. Doesn't he look like Owen?
Yeah, is that his name? I couldn't remember his name. He does look like him. And Sean, that actor from Torchwood, he's also in Dark Knight Rises.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's so perfect for this role. He's so creepy.
I liked Owen in Torchwood.
Yeah, he was creepy too, but
Wait, is he the one that had the affair with Jack?
Oh my god.
yeah, wasn't it?
Or was it the other guy,
Remember the
Owen?
guy died and everybody like put a like, couldn't
Yeah,
speak for months.
I should know this.
I thought that was Yanto.
Yeah, that's Yanto. That's Yanto Jones.
Yanto.
Because he has the same birthday as me, and it's like the big thing at one point.
All right, so now we know who the murderer is. So we know.
I'm so sorry.
Vern Gorman, who plays Owen Harper.
That's right. He was
right.
in the last the BBC thing of And Then There Were None.
There you go.
Now what's he doing here? I don't understand what Lestrada's doing. Why he's by himself? Why he hasn't locked the door?
He's drawing because he likes to draw.
He's not like
He's doodling.
He's doing the New York Times crossword puzzle.
He's got the diamond. Why is he bringing out the diamond to look at it here?
He's got the diamonds.
Why don't you lock the door, Lestrada?
Maybe a little privacy is important here. It's like that time I masturbated and realized it was night and the drapes were open the whole time.
Yeah, and I was peeing in the backyard while this was happening.
You were not.
Out the window, anyway. Okay, so the train whistle's blowing. It's completely unlocked, like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that is wild.
Guys, this is night.
You don't hear the door opening, and you don't like.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb. Oh, see, this would kill anybody else. But
Did you see how that was shot though? Like it was like after he hit him, they showed him again, and he's doing this right outside the door. You guys, he's shooting him with this air gun right outside the door.
Yes. Oh, that's what he. Okay. All right.
Nuts. I mean, why?
And also, he had no time to scream. Like, even if you get shot with the air gun, like, is it that great poison that it just takes you out in seconds?
Yeah, he should be like, "Hey, what's going on? What are you doing?" Even if the sedative is that quick. I don't know, murder mysteries, And she's like been lounging on this couch. Did you see earlier? She had her feet up.
Dude, we weren't paying attention to nothing else, quite frankly.
Sadly, she did not have a long life. Renee Godfrey.
What did she die of?
Cancer.
Oh, that's sad.
She passed, I can't remember if it was 64 or 65.
So just like 20 years later.
She was
less than 20 years later.
Yeah, at the age of 44 is when she passed.
And
actually, because she was a constant working actor the entire time she was in Hollywood. So her last film was actually released posthumously.
That's really interesting.
You know what's really funny is that they tried to get him up, but his head banged into the table as they brought him up. You might want to try that again, guys.
Not in a commentary. I can't, but that's funny.
Meanwhile, there's another guy dead in the room. So how does he have an air gun too? I thought that Duncan Blake already used the air gun. So
I think he may have.
What did he do? He threw it in there?
Maybe like an idiot, he left the air gun in there.
Why would he do that? That makes sense.
He did it on purpose because he wiped it down before he dropped it.
But why would he do it anyway? Oh no! It would make this guy look like the murderer. I'm an idiot.
Right.
Well,
but still, it's kind of a stretch.
I was just surprised to see an air pistol like that of that style because obviously I've never seen one.
I agree.
It is a wild design. It's a wild design.
It looks like some sort of like Buck Rogers, ray gun.
And weirdly, even though it's different, it reminds me of that tool they use in the movie Munich that Sean and I saw recently.
The one with the beautiful dead naked body of a lady.
Yes. You've never heard Sean speak so long on the topic of a naked woman and her beauty as much as he did. No,
I think we should all listen.
Seriously though, when that releases in maybe 6 weeks, I was Sean was the hetero in that review.
How do you feel about that, Sean?
Why do you cannot appreciate the look of a body of?
No, I love it, but Sean was over the moon about her naked beauty.
No, I also meant I can't remember, but I remember I'm like they shoot this lady, Josh, and she's wearing like a kimono, like a
Okay.
short kimono,
Mhm.
and that's all she's wearing. They shoot her in her house because she's a bitch and she killed one of their friends. But she's she's in a chair, head back, and her kimono is open, so you can see her boobs, and I think you can see her good stuff too, right?
Can't remember.
Not the fucking
I
lips,
didn't know
but
you
like,
separated the two, but okay, all right.
and
I think I
one
remember.
guy says she's just laying there like that, and one guy, I think it was Daniel Craig, he comes forward and says we should her up, and then he takes her kimono and closes it so it's not covering her boobs, and another guy says no, fuck it, I want them to find her like this, and he takes it, he exposes her tits, and then later on that night they're drinking, and that guy says, I'm so sorry, I feel so bad that I left her body like that, she should have been covered up.
I can't remember
All right. Okay, so that's a nice scene.
this entire sequence.
By the way, just
That's why I talked about it so much.
back to this film, just briefly.
I'm so sorry.
Just
I'm
briefly.
so sorry. Some of us
So
went to Walgreens today.
so these fake police people come on board, okay, and I don't feel well, Holmes. Can you go and meet them? And like Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson goes to meets them, and suddenly Lestrade's okay to meet them. Like 2 minutes later, it's just the weirdest thing. Well, I thought it was weird.
I guess Nigel Bruce was sick that day.
Hey, maybe.
And when Holmes will explain why he knew they were fake cops, and it's pretty funny. But we'll get there. I just don't want to, get too far here. But this is a very interesting scene where they're just sitting on the dying car and like there's a bunch of people on this train and it's basically stopped or whatever.
Well, this is the end, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Bring in Duncan Bleak.
Since we're at the end, I may as well say, you asked me if I've seen this episode, and I have seen this episode.
Oh.
I watched it during the hour and a half that y'all were talking before we started recording.
Of course you did.
And I did get the thing, and we were supposed to do this on Wednesday, and then we had to reschedule because of me. And at about 7:45 tonight, 15 minutes before the podcast, I saw the thing, the DM from Eric, and oh fuck! And
Actually, that was my DM saying we're meeting at 9:00.
Yeah.
Or 8:00 or whatever it was, and we're watching this one.
I had made plans to watch it last night. And you know who I'm gonna blame? I'm gonna blame Eric, because I'm like my dad. I'm gonna blame some because I went on to play video games for a little while. Just one or two games, like 20, 30 minutes.
Just virtual poker.
He's on there, and so we end up playing 7 games of Dead by Daylight. So I wasn't able to watch Sherlock Holmes.
How dare you believe?
I feel really kind of bad that I didn't.
Oh, don't feel bad.
But I hope I was still entertaining. But I'm gonna say that I look forward to a time when I can actually watch this fully, because I can tell that it is a Agatha Christie style murder mystery set on a train, and I like the fact that they, there's the scene where they're talking about the suspects and they do the swipe transition. Different people are in the cab.
Yep.
Could it be her? Could it be him? Could it be her? I love that. And I kind of like the fact that it did turn out to be just one of those. So it was like, when you read Agatha Christie or most mystery authors, the murderer's identity is usually a surprise. Or maybe it's like, oh well, if it's not good, it's like you're reading it and you're thinking it's the least likely person, and that turns out to be, and it's predictable. But I kind of respect mysteries where, like, it's playing a game of Clue. There are 6 suspects. It's 6 suspects. It's one of them, and that's it. Okay.
But there's a last twist here, which you don't realize until the end.
I know.
Which is that the policemen are actually fake, and they just pulled Lestrade off the train, and And the whole thing, you got, you found out who the murderer was. Like Watson, I'm sorry, Holmes knew who the murderer was, but it didn't matter because he knew that the cops were fake. And the reason he knew the cops were fake was, well, first of all, Watson,
Yeah, well, this is
I
okay.
he didn't put handcuffs on him, so I had to do it myself. And secondly, Watson, they didn't operate like normal policemen. And thirdly, Watson, well, I actually know the inspector McDonald from the Edinburgh Police, and it wasn't
So
him.
wait, okay, so let me ask you this. So this was a mystery where Holmes just says, "Well, I figured it out because he wasn't acting normal," or were there good clues in there?
Well,
Like,
that's the thing. There weren't a million clues. The
okay,
the the, the clues were, how they brought up like mathematics. Everything that they brought up about him, like this guy was on the periphery of it. So he's a very good card player. So in other
uh,
words, he's really good at mathematics. That
okay,
type of thing. So it wasn't like obvious, like, oh, I like to do mathematics, or I'm a mathematics professor, or whatever. Like it was that he was really good at cards, basically.
okay, all
And
right,
and
okay,
the whole thing about the cops, like Holmes brought up that whole thing about like he didn't act like a policeman. He didn't operate like a policeman. He didn't handcuff him. But I actually know the Inspector McDonald. He
okay.
knew the guy, so he should have started with that one. Like he actually knew the guy that he was
So,
impersonating.
so
Yeah.
I may be misreading this, but based on what you're saying, it's it looks like because it does look like a good mystery. But if the clues suck, I don't like it.
No, no, no. I advise you to watch it when you have some time,
Hmm.
and we're not like yammering on. It's not bad. Actually,
Be,
again, this is one of those that I
No,
loved when I was a
Sean,
kid.
I like you.
When I was a kid, I adored this.
yeah. Well, Eric will testify to this. I think Columbo. Here I go about Columbo. I think that has the best clues. Like, hey, why was it on this particular night, the night of the murder, that you did this differently than any other night? I think they have great clues.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's written better than this is. This seems like kind of a filler episode, a Doctor Light episode. Um, it
Baker Street Light for sure.
I mean, it was
No, well,
it's okay. It's not great, but as a kid, I loved it, which means like as a whatever 9-year old, it's like the best things in sliced bread. Which means at 53, it's kind of pathetic, but I still advise you to watch it just because it's fun.
no,
It's a fun story.
I love that Sean liked it, and that kind of made me feel better about it overall myself. And
But wait, Eric. But my opinion really doesn't because I haven't really watched it. Watched it. You
doesn't
know what I
matter.
mean?
Doesn't matter because
Ah,
the word still worked. And for being certainly one of the more modest budget entries in the series, um, compared to most of the other modest budget ones that we've seen, I think this one was a lot better compared to those.
yeah, I absolutely agree. Absolutely. At least,
So we have to rate this, and Sean, you can decide whether you want to rate it now or rate it in the next episode. But I think we're gonna rate it by airgun darts. So how many airgun darts do you got that melt in the wound? How many airgun darts do you guys give Terror by Night? And I'll start with you, Eric.
I will give it a nice, comfortable 3.
Okay.
I'm going to abstain from giving it a proper rating, but I'm just going to say when I rewatch it, it looks like it's a closed circle mystery, which means you've got X number of people. They can't leave the train. Classic example is, a house where there's a flood or something, and then there were none. They're trapped in the house.
We call it a base under siege, Sean.
No, closed circle mystery is the term here.
Okay. All
Base
right.
under siege is when it comes from outside the thing.
Okay.
And this is a closed circle mystery. And I really, really hope that this is really good with the clues. I'll be the judge of that. Not that I'm like the master detective, but anyway, and go from there. I can't. I have to give it an A, or I'll take it under advisement, as a judge would say, and I'll let you know maybe later.
Yeah, we'll ask you when we do Dress to Kill. Okay,
Yeah.
I would give it from my perspective. Again, as a 9-year-old, it would have been 5 hair darts, but as my age goes, I would give it a 3.5. I think they did a good job with what they had available to them. The series is coming to an end, and I think that they knew that the series was coming to an end. So, um, overall, I love the concept of being on a vessel or a train or something like. I even told you guys that when
Yeah.
we did Pursuit to Algiers. I just love the fact that they're all sort of have to deal with all the people who are on that vessel, whatever it is.
Yeah, no, it's a closed circle mystery. Like, there's a Murder She Wrote episode where somebody in first class is poisoned, and it has to be somebody on the plane, right? And
Mhm.
they can't leave the plane and get like professional help, because they're 30,000 feet in the air. It's very much it's like the train, or I'm
I
so
love
sorry.
I love that. Certainly, make note of Sean's deferment, because we don't want to get the Basil Rathbone Sherlock Society to revoke our license.
Who all listen to this, by the way?
Yes,
Each and every one of them
we
do.
want to maintain our license and standing by the committee.
We don't
So
want to lose that license. It cost me a fortune, you guys, like $500,000. So
yeah,
you
so
know.
just want to be on the up and up.
But anyway, I think it resolves itself as a 3.5. Just because I think it's better than average from what we've seen.
Yeah, I agree with
Um, I just I enjoyed. I generally enjoy it when I watch this, and I love showing it to my kids, and I love just
Yeah.
enjoying it. So that's why it was a 3.5.
that. Dad, can we watch it again?
Anytime, anytime. That's the other thing about these movies is they're all sort of barely G, sometimes PG. So you definitely can show your kids if you have them, and you can enjoy these with them as long as they can get by the black and white aspect of it.
You say PG, I think of G. Come on.
Mostly G. There are some PG. I would
Oh,
say
there's some
like
PG
I would
stuff.
say Voice of Terror is PG.
No, there's some PG things for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Like when Irene Adler shows her tits in that one.
yeah. That would be actually in the next one that we haven't seen yet. There's a mention of Irene Adler, but that's about how as far as they talk about the scandal in Bohemia. So
That's fine with me. I hated it in when they brought her up in the book. Didn't like it when they brought her up in any of the iterations on
well,
TV that I've
Sean, who knows? We might be doing the Jeremy Bratz soon.
seen.
So
I know, I know.
that would start with a scandal.
They did the same thing with Poirot, where they introduced Countess somebody or other that he had a big crush on, and it's like Doctor Who. Like, I don't want Poirot or Sherlock to let their dicks get in the way of solving the crime.
Okay, so
Their private dick.
Sean, to be honest, I don't know the last time you read Scandal Bohemia, but I never thought that it was anything sexual between the two, except maybe in Sherlock. Okay, and the Stephen Moffat vehicle.
Okay,
It
well,
wasn't it wasn't sexual in any way, shape, or form in the
it
book.
was attraction.
It wasn't. It wasn't attraction like you would say it's sexual attraction.
Well,
It's not.
no. It's not a physical sexual attraction. I think that Holmes was more attracted to like her scheming mind, the way the doctor would admire the master, and vice versa.
I don't even think it was that far. I don't even think it went that far. I think it was more about the fact that she was brilliant and she outlasted him, and that's why she was known as the woman. But anyway, that's for another time, you guys. In the meantime, um, we've done Terror by Night. The next one's the last one, Dressed to Kill, coming up very very soon.
Is this the one where they have Michael Caine
Yes,
as a
exactly, exactly.
psychologist? He's dressed up. He's a cross-dresser and a murderer.
Yes, exactly. Just like every Dress to Kill movie out there that's been there since. Dress to Kill has, by the way, several different titles, but but we will we'll wait for next time on that. Shut up. Okay.
Oh shit! I just revealed the spoiler. Eric won't remember though.
Anyway, so I've been Josh.
I've been Eric.
And I have been Sean.
And until next time,
Watson, the needle!
and we'll see you next time on the 7% Solution.
Bye, everybody!
Bye-bye, Duggan.
There was something that I had tried to coin like 2 episodes ago.
Oh, it worked, apparently.
Damn it, I can't remember what it was.
It's so memorable that...
Yeah, we have 2 on our podcast. It's either that's a cut or we run out of popcorn. I don't know.
The popcorn one was a long time ago. That was the original.
I think we should just say we ran out of bourbon.
That never happens here.
But until next time, even if somebody's aiming an air rifle at you,
I know Caleb would remember it if he was here.
don't panic.
I think it was something he said, and then I was like, oh, I like that.
He's only done one of these.
No, I know. No, it's when he and I were speaking offline. He had said something, and I was like, oh, that's a good one. Like, I'm going to steal that.
Yeah, was Caleb like, yes. That came up when I was doing a Spielberg retrospective. I didn't
What came up?
really realize that. So, what?
What came up?
I'm doing my Caleb voice.
Oh.
Caleb, and he's hearing this. Well, in the future, he has a very NPR voice.
Yes, that's true.
And so many times when we do Novice Elitist, you're like, oh yeah, Avatar, blah 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 blah, One Piece, blah, and he's like, well, I just, no, and then I realize I'm interrupting him, so I'm like, okay, Caleb, go ahead, and then I feel bad. Anyway,
gosh, what was the catchphrase? Let me see if I wrote it in my physical notes.
Do you have like files? Do you have like binders with like notes in them? Well,
no, I have one notebook.
This is the show Bible. This is the writer's Bible.
We're still looking for this tagline?
Yes, and you guys don't remember either for some reason.
No, I don't remember.
Because we said it once or twice on...
Did we really?
On recent episodes. But like, I think it was the last one we did. I was like, oh, we forgot to say the thing.
Was it more of a Sherlock Holmes,
Yeah.
It's something like if you're gonna shoot up, like use a 7% solution.
We don't use that format like if, ...
I kind of like that. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
If you're gonna shoot up, use a 7% solution. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye bye.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'm trying to find it here.
You know, Josh, Rhode Island is neither a road nor an island.
Discuss. South Africa is not South, nor is it Africa. Discuss.
I remember that bit.
You know,
that's good stuff.
Guy, he went in, he had a gallbladder and exploded. Did you see the one where it was like Mike Myers as Linda Goodman, or I'm sorry, Linda Richmond, and it was.
I found it.
Wait, hold on. Let me tell the story. Okay. It was Roseanne, Madonna.
Yep, I remember.
Who was the third one?
No, it was just them. It was Linda Richmond.
Oh, the three of them. That's right.
Roseanne and Madonna. It was those three, and they were all playing a sort of similar role.
It was hilarious because Madonna was supposed to be. I'm so sorry. Roseanne was supposed to be Madonna's mom, and she goes, "P.S. That's what Hitler said to our people during the two wars." And then Madonna's sitting there with a drink and goes, "Mother, you lived in Miami during the two wars."
It's so good.
That
my God,
familiar.
It's so good. Oh,
it's like one of the best.
That is comedy gold right there.
Best comedy gold. Saturday Live things ever. Yeah.
Okay, here's the closing. Somebody says, "Oh shit."
Why do you have to always be like on the focus, Eric?
Everybody does on their own podcast. Okay, so somebody's going to say, and until next time, and then somebody else says, Watson, the Needle.
I don't remember this at all.
Okay, so Watson the Needle's from Hound of the Baskervilles, of course.
Yeah, I'm really strict about that with the Best Picture podcast. You host.
It's funny. Yeah, Sean is very strict about it, but when I host, I get the first 30 seconds, and then Sean is the de facto host for the whole rest of the show. Including
No, this is where you get the first 30 seconds. Hello and welcome to the very one and only fantastic Best Picture podcast.
Okay, Caleb, this is what I want you to do right now. I know it's 51 seconds in our recording. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take that, and then I want you to put my words right now, right? Okay? 7% Solution Podcast. And then let Sean continue, okay? Thanks, Caleb. Appreciate that.
Just so you guys know, my word is preeminent. Preeminent. That's my trademark.
Right, the preeminent.
So you want me to
Holmes, Basil Rathbone, Nigel Bruce podcast.
The 7th best in the world.
I saw Threads again the other day, okay?
Did not. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I saw a documentary about it on the YouTube.
Ugh, that's a brutal movie.
That is, for someone, that's that move. Shit.
You know what we need to do is we need to show Threads to everybody from 18 to 24. We need to show them that movie.
You know, I don't use Threads.
They used to do that. When I posted on, when I first saw it and posted it on Facebook, all the English people, they were like, "Oh, they showed that to us in school." Which, and
we got the day after in 1983.
Yeah, well, no, that's the thing. My parents, the day after, that's pretty. And then Threads came along like next year and was like, hold my beer the day after.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the app Threads.
Okay, alrighty then.
Well, let me tell you, Eric. Have you ever seen The Day After?
I haven't seen it, but I am very aware of.
Okay, well, watch this movie called Threads instead.
This I had not heard of.
It's an English movie, and it's about nuclear war, and it's going to seem really boring at first, but you watch the whole fucking thing. Yeah, it came out right after The Day After. It used to be
83, 84.
Who knows? Maybe I saw it when I was over there, and I didn't realize.
You'd remember this, Eric.
I don't even want to say. I mean,
no, but as a kid, like Day of the Triffids would be on TV.
No, you would remember it.
No, you would remember it
because I remember watching The Day After, and I watched it with my parents, and it was brutal. I learned, oh god, I learned so much about what nuclear war would be. I just wish that people younger than us would understand.
Yeah. And I saw Threads a year ago for the first time.
But as I said before, the way I learned about World War II and the Holocaust was because I saw War and Remembrance at a tender age.
We were shown films when I was in elementary school.
And I remember that very, very well, War and Remembrance.